Hello and welcome to Ask the Latina. Do you ever get furious when someone cuts you in traffic? Does your blood pressure skyrocket when your child refuses to cooperate? Anger is an emotion that is normal and even healthy, but it is important to deal with it in a positive way. Uncontrolled anger can take a toll both on your health and also on relationships. We have with us today Blanca. She is the coordinator of domestic violence at the Multicultural Centro La Familia. She's going to give us ideas on how to identify and control anger before it gets out of control. Thank you for being our guest today, Blanca.
Thank you for having me, Terry.
Blanca, tell us about the dangers of not controlling anger and how it affects families in our community.
Well, not controlling anger is very dangerous. It can even affect our health. It can, our body start promoting more.
Like anger because of the emotions that we start feeling is what you're...
Yes, absolutely. And it can even hurt us to get some illnesses.
Oh, so the emotions will get to our health and it gives us different illnesses. Like what kind of illnesses would we end up getting?
Be gastritis, colitis.
Wow, that's a lot.
And some others, yes.
And then what does it do to our relationships? I mean, if it's doing this to our health and our body, and I understand that men can get heart attacks more than women because of the anger that they cannot control, which is interesting. Gender-wise, it seems like it's men that have a more difficult time than women. And so when I hear about heart attacks, and that is something that they could easily get if they don't have it controlled, correct?
Yes, it is a little different because, you know, what we live in the past and everything is going on, everybody reacts in different way to the same situation. It is very personal.
Wow. And so the relationships are really affected, and that's why we have divorces and different kinds of cases and different things like that. So the physical level, the social and the family, emotional and personal, these are the areas that really are kind of affected here.
Yes.
Wow. So what about the different types of anger? What type of different angers are there?
Well, anger can be since, you know, you get mad until you get really, really irritated that you lose control.
So you're doing something physical and physical harm to somebody. Then.
Exactly. Yeah, wow. It can be verbal and it becomes emotional, psychological, and physically.
And emotional can be just as hard on that victim as physical.
Oh, absolutely.
Actually, probably, from my understanding, oh yeah, you're saying it's worse. And people don't really realize that, but I think it's just the physical, but the emotional is really something. In cases like this, it's really sad to see that, but what kind of effects can emotional have on someone?
Well, like I said, it can take you psychologically to the point that you can take it anymore and you have to start taking medications and, you know.
So cause depression then?
Yes.
You're causing depression in that one person, insecurity probably.
Isolation. Absolutely, yes.
Wow, that's really sad. So Blanca, how does someone learn anger, or is it how can they control the anger actually? Are they learning it from someone in the family, and how can they control it?
Well, the best way to control it is getting to know yourself, getting to know what makes you mad, what irritates you, and what to do, how your body is reacting to that. Mm-hmm. So learn what are the things that will control it, that will make you feel better.
So are you feeling something? I mean, is it your hands are getting sweaty, or is it your heart is beating faster? Are those the signs?
Your stomach is hurting.
Your stomach's tension too?
Yes,
wow.
Yes. It gets to different, you know, it depends on the person.
Okay, so that's interesting. Well, we looked into Mayo Clinic and we found that there are 10 tips on how to control anger. And let's go over those. So it looks like the first one is to think before you speak, which we tend to when we're angry, we don't. We just go rambling on, and it seems like it's a competition thing between the other person,
Absolutely.
Right? And then second is once you're calm, express your anger. So when you're calm, you can be a little more
You can think better.
Yeah, that's true. And then I like the one about getting daily exercise. And sometimes we don't tend to do that, but I know I like to exercise in the morning, and it really opens up my day to just kind of, I can be in control of whatever happens, even if someone gets in front of me in the traffic or whatever, my kids don't cooperate. But I like that one. It's just hard, but there's some things like walking, I suppose. Just taking a small walk is a good thing.
Yes, you don't have to go to the gym and work out the whole hour. If you go for 10 minutes walk, 20 minutes walk, it's going to help you to feel better.
I bet it's even good to take a walk when you're feeling like you're going to feel anger.
Absolutely. That's the best thing to do because you can breathe better.
Yeah. And then take time out, which that's probably part of it. I'm going to take time out, just take a walk, and that works really good, whether it's just to go, I don't know, listen to music or pray. Yeah. I know prayer can really help for some people. Maybe just watch a show that's funny and makes you laugh.
Yeah.
Identifying possible solutions is a good thing. I understand sometimes we kind of try and teach our kids to kind of do that when they're, having dispute, but as adults we kind of forget about that, I think, that we can also do that and figure out, how to put yourself in that person's place.
Absolutely.
The one I always liked I know that, funny because my kids, when they came from kindergarten, they learned these I feel, and they had to put their pinky up. I'm not sure what the pinky meant, but they would always say I statements. And I love that one because I saw that they were teaching me, and it's like, I feel angry when you do this, and I was like, that's a nice thing.
Yes, it is.
It's hard though, because we're so used to saying, you did this, if you hadn't done that and all this stuff, I would have been, so this is your fault, lots of things like that. And don't hold a grudge. That's a good one. We do tend to, and I think that probably escalates the anger.
Yes. Yeah, because you are keeping all that stuff inside of you.
And it's going to blow up.
And it doesn't help.
And it blows up.
No.
It could hurt somebody physically or emotionally.
And especially it is hurting you.
Yeah, that's true.
We usually think about the people we hurt, but what about us? We are the ones that are holding all this bad stuff.
Yeah, that's true. And then use humor to release tension. I sometimes tickled my kids when I saw there's tension between them. I'll do something funny and tickle them, get them to forget about why he's angry at his brother or something like that. But can't tickle an adult, but I suppose we can say a joke or something
it's
in a situation. Yeah,
absolutely.
And practice relaxation skills. What are some of the ones that you recommend?
Well, most of the time I recommend breathing techniques, because it's something that you can do whatever you are. Just get a comfortable position and breathe, and it's not going to take a long time.
That's good. So the most important thing in number 10, it's really knowing when to seek professional help. I think a lot of us are afraid to seek professional help, either it's for financial reasons or they feel embarrassed that they need help. But it's really important, right? And I think do you think that a lot of people tend to not do that and they should, or?
Yeah, some people feel embarrassed, but it is very important to know that we are not alone.
Yeah,
that there is help out there. And one of the place that I work at, it have different kind of services. So always, we are located in Pontiac, Michigan, so we are welcome to all the community that needs help.
So it could be one-on-one, it could be group, it could be family.
Yeah, it depends.
So whatever that person feels more
absolutely.
comfortable to be able to get all that.
Yes.
Wow, that's pretty good. So anger management, is it an issue only for adults or is it also for children?
Well, remember, we model and the kids learn. So if that is mad all the time, throwing tantrum, dropping a stuff, that's what the kids are gonna learn. So we need to we need to be conscious of that.
Yeah.
It is adults and kids.
Well, that's true. Now, studies show that games cause aggressive behavior with our children. According to the Association of Psychologists of America, they say that the television and video and gaming violence is really very serious. There's a chance that your children can become less sensitive to the pain and suffering of others. There's also the chance that they could become more fearful of the world around them. And they could also be more likely to behave in aggressive or harmful ways towards others, which leads to this uncontrollable anger issue, which is really serious. Blanca, as far as the statistics, it's very important, and it's really kind of something that affects a lot of parents, I think, because in today's age, kids are constantly playing games.
Yes.
They try and control them, but at some point between a certain teen, they become playing these mature games, and there's peer pressure to play these online games, and they're violent. And it probably affects them physically as well with their health, but emotionally. So how can we take better control over this with our children and in these situations that we're seeing now with electronic games that are violent?
Well, one of the things that I always recommend my families is get into the kids' world. You know, get into their room, watch what they are playing, talk to them about what they are playing, and take every moment, you know, to have a educational moment.
Yeah, that's a good
It's
point.
very important. Sometimes it's very comfortable for us that the kids are in the room, you know, door closed, so yeah, we're free to do our own stuff, but it's not that healthy.
No.
We gotta think about that.
Got to know what they're doing, what they're watching,
Yeah.
what they're playing, and be involved there and watch it.
It's very important to be with them, spend time with them, and
Yeah.
you know, talk to them.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. I really like that. Well, I appreciate you being here and helping us with a lot of this. It's really important to know all this information, and you know, it's very valuable to our community because really, it's something that we all need to learn from, and there's different levels of anger. So I really appreciate this. So, you know, being a role model, learning all these things that you said, and how to be patient, to teach how the kids to be controlling their anger, and it's really good. So I appreciate you coming here, Blanca, and thank you so much for your time. We've learned a lot, and we hope to have you back in the future.
Thank you for having me, and I will be very happy to come back. And remember, everything we do, we need to do it with love.
No, that's true. So that's very good. Well, thank you so much for being part of the show, and we look forward to seeing you at the next one. Have a great day.
Bye.